My aunt, Nell, was giving us a music lesson. If you want to know good music, then all you have to do is listen to the Carter Family, the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and Nina Simone, she said. She took the albums out of the milk crate that stood beside her. The green record player sat near her bare feet. That's all it takes to have good taste, these records. She laid 4 albums out on the grass like big square playing cards. I looked at the Carter Family album and noted the women's heavy wool coats, the man's stiff suit, their steely gazes into the camera. Well, they look madder than fire, I said. People didn't smile for cameras back then, Nell said. They didn't have much to smile about, but they're the best. They're real. Plus, it took so long to take a picture, my sister Josie said. Nell tapped the album cover showing a beautiful black woman in a red dress. Nina, she said, as if this was someone she knew and missed very much. She held the album by the cover and let the record slide out. You have to hear this. She put the needle on the correct groove and sat back with her hands behind her, her eyes closed as the song started. She mouthed the words as the woman sang, "Ne me quitte pas." The song was in French, so neither Josie nor I could understand a word of it, but somehow I could hear the sadness caught in the notes. I liked it, but I wasn't about to admit this. The song floated out to each corner of the yard, smoothing out the air. Nell shook her head just a bit with the words, the way someone does when they're particularly satisfied, the way my daddy does when he eats a particularly good piece of cornbread. A smile played on her lips, but she looked as she always did when singing, as if she might cry too. Josie was watching Nell with a strange little smirk on her face, as if she thought Nell was incredibly beautiful or psychotic or maybe both. When the song ended with many repetitions of "Ne me quitte pas," the needle caught a couple of specks of dust and crackled out before Nell lifted the arm. She looked as if the song had worn her out. Even though she hadn't shed any tears, her eyes were wet, so she wiped them with the backs of her wrists. "What does it mean?" I said, quiet, afraid of breaking some kind of grace that it would fall on us. Nell didn't look at me and didn't speak until she had put the record back in its sleeve. She stared down at the album cover. "It means, do not leave me," she said. None of us said anything for a time. The song had caused a great silence to collect in the yard, as if all the usual sounds of evening had retreated into the deepest parts of the woods. Nell finally slid the album back into the milk crate. "I know old Bob Dylan stuff," Josie said. "Blowing in the wind and all that, he can't sing worth a dime." "Well, that's the beauty of his singing," Nell said, and didn't offer to explain further. She held the album out to Josie. "Just take it and listen to it when you get a chance, especially if you're going to miss me. You're going to make me lonesome when you go. That one will rip your guts out." She stacked the other albums up and put the record player atop them, then gathered them all up in her arms and stood. Her knees popped and sounded very loud on the quiet. "Lord, that Nina song has done me in," she said. "Besides, I bet supper's almost ready and we should have been helping Loretta." "Wait," Josie said. "What about the Beatles? Which is your favorite song?" "Oh, God," Nell said. "Every damn one of them."